chat, what is going on? What's up, world? What's up, Trading View? What's up, traders? I'm just gonna do a quick announcement in Discord. I've not streamed in weeks. I've been on my holiday travels. Let me just go ahead and pop this Discord screen up, make an announcement, make sure everybody is on. How you guys doing? How is y'all's holidays? Everyone's stream is live. All right. So, kind of want to apologize, and I'm gonna own it. I did not stream. I was traveling. I was doing some holiday travels, but now I'm back. Right, I'm back in my home office. Get the stream set up, and we're back in on the charts like we always are. Hey Delilah, you guys say hi on TradingView. Say hi on YouTube, just so I know who all's in tune with us. Before I dive into the charts, right, I'm going to cover the usuals: BTC, Ether, Litecoin. I'm probably going to cover Luna, Link, Algo, Ripple. I'm also going to cover indices, stocks. Before I do that, I want to highlight something that I published yesterday on Medium. This is what I'm seeing in terms of the stock market in the next couple of months, right? This is what I'm seeing. As of now, I don't think much has changed from when I published this yesterday. I'm going to drop a link to this in both chats so you guys can check it out. And I'll probably... What's up, Cooley? I'm going to probably do a separate video that I'll upload on this in the next couple of days. Now, I do see like a possible euphoric top incoming in the stock market, and it can provide for a really awesome trading environment, right? Like, lots of risk on, but then it'll probably bust, right? We're probably going to see like a boom and a bust. And I'll talk about that when we get into stocks and indices. I just want to highlight that. You guys make sure to click that tab, watch or read the article after the stream is done. Let me know your thoughts. And yeah, and follow us on Medium, right? Last time I published on Medium, BTC was like down here, and I said we're going to 48,000, 50K, and we went higher. So I tend to, yeah. All right, let's look at BTC. All right, let's look at BTC. I still have my fibs on here from a long time ago. Right, I'm gonna take. Well, let's clean up the other one. Is it this one that I cleaned up? Nope. The inside one. All right, so I still have my fibs on here from previously. Right, this chart has not changed at all. And in terms of like long-term extensions, right? In terms of extension retracements, when we go up and we retest an extension, and we go up and we retest another one, and we retest this one, right? What I see promising at today's price action is that 46,964 is still holding, right? We've seen this level act as support. We haven't really seen it act as resistance much, right? We've seen it act as support again. And there's one thing that's a little concerning, right, for me at least, is the SWIC, right? The SWIC down here. And can we get a revisit of these lower levels, right, before going back up, right? Is that a possibility, or can we break down? They're both possibilities. The fact that I'm seeing a risk-on cycle coming in stocks, I would not expect a breakdown of 30K, right? Another thing of concern is if we fib this last move, like this was a good 50% bullish continuation, right? And if we go to this next swing, we're under the 50, right? So the way I'm looking at this, the way I'm reading this right now, right, is BTC needs to get up above 48,923, right? We need to get above 48,123 and maintain to keep going up. Further breakdown, right? Then we need to see 44,184 hold, and that would be, I think, efficient, right, for a next move up. So this little bit of an up move that we're seeing today after yesterday's savage sell-off, right? Holding here is critical at 46,000, right? Getting above 48,923 would be ideal. Then we see the bullish retracement in play. And if we break down, if you guys are in some leverage longs, right, make sure to have some tight stops, and the next catch is going to be over here, right? That would be the next pivot, ideally. Now, I'm going to maintain this. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. And can we get a fake out, right? Can we get a fake out move above the previous fib? We can, right? So we could essentially run up to 50K, right? And then retrace to 48,923, right? And if that holds, then amazing, right? But if not, then we could drop again, right? I'm not saying a drop isn't possible. Fire Marshal, what's up? Thank you for saying hi. Merry Christmas. Merry belated Christmas to all of you. All right. I think that covers what I have for BTC. If anybody has questions on BTC, please drop them in the chat. And I'm gonna hop on over. I haven't looked at the ETH chart in a while. I haven't been trading ETH much, so let's look at that. I've mainly been trading. My two most profitable trading charts have been Algo and Luna, right? And that's what I've been focusing on, because stuff like Ether for me is a hodl, right? I'm not trying to flip these candles, these volatile choppy candles. And I've talked about this on the way up, and now we're seeing it on the way down. I'm not trying to get stopped out 10 times a day, right? When we're getting like amazing swings on Luna, right? Way different price action. Way different price action. We'll dive into this chart too, but let's just look at Ether. Yeah, it's just a lot of trading volume on this chart, right? A lot of like bull bear fighting. I'm not seeing any like striking top formations. I don't know why we're lacking the extension targets above. I do think if we get that, if you get a push above 38.13, and if you see BTC go up and clear that 50% retrace overhead, right, and then get to that 50K mark, and we can see Ether run. Let me add the EMA that we use. We're below it on the daily. That's really interesting. It can't be. Yeah. How about a 2-day? 2 days holding, right? 2 days holding. And it's held up before, right? So we could be seeing support come in here, right? With this wick trying to close above, or this looking like a doji candle on the daily. So I think today for Ether would be like a pivotal day, right? It'd be really nice to see it close above 38.13. Now back to BTC, you know, I had Desmo and Discord and other places trying to, he had like this wedge and he was saying, hey, like this thing's going to break out. We're going to a new all-time high. And this chart was missing one thing, right? And this was happening as I was flying, and I couldn't really like, I don't know if I'm making excuses, right? This should have been a short entry or short hedge for us. This failure at the 61.8, right? And we saw this first rejection the first time, and the second one I thought we cleared it, but it dumped, right? It dumped. And we want to see that stop happening to the upside, right? We want to see these 61.8s get cleared and price action continue above them, and if not, these are basically bull traps, right? And we don't want to fall for these, right? When we're charting, we want to understand why. We want to be objective. We want to know why the chart stopped where it did, right? And that's going to tell us what's going to happen next, right? So that's why we're looking at the bullish retracements and the bearish retracements. All right, so back to ETH USD. I feel like going off on a tangent, but I really wanted to highlight that. What happened here, right? This would have been the swing continuation. And that's a 50, right? ETH has been harder to trade. And that's why I'm not like trying to force positions on something that's not compliant with me. That's what I have on it, right? The 2-day looks decent on the moving average. Fibs look okay. Let's do some extensions and see if we're stuck below an extension level. Ooh, right. So if we get a dump here, if this 2-day EMA fails, right, the next level is going to be 32.07, right? That would be a pretty nice entry. All right. That's all I got for now. On ETH, LTC isn't looking as good as it was, right? It kind of slowed down on trading it, not as aggressive. Up here, you know, we had longs and I had a short over here and tried to catch the dip a few times. It kind of stopped. EMA wise, right, it's not looking the most promising, but I mean, we've seen that happen, right? We've seen that happen here, we've seen that happen elsewhere. In terms of retracements, it looks like it's deeper than a 61.8. It's right at a 786, and it's rare that we see a 786 hold and turn bullish. Usually that's after like a massive liquidity grab. We also saw that in the BTC bear market, right? The very bottom of it. So yeah, break below 139, and I think this thing is not gonna be good at all, right? Like, doom. Is it gonna happen? I don't know, right? I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to make a prediction. All right, let's cover Luna, because we are trading Luna. And this thing's looking still solid, right? I had posted some posted a couple of updates. It did push through the level I was expecting to hold, but I think there's a 61.8 here. Let's go to like the 720. What just happened to these candles? Nope, it's holding, right? It's holding. I said $83. I had a Luna update yesterday, and I said, hey, you want to see 82.97 hold? Fire Marshal, man, I saw your message. I was running an errand when you sent that. Hopefully you're re-long with a tight stop, right? It's really important to catch like these wicks when we're swing trading on like high leverage. It's really important to catch these wicks with tight stops, and we can really not worry about a position as opposed to trying to chase a position, right? And if we were to fib this last swing, right, the 61.8 is holding, and that's where that wick was, just below it, right? We want to get above 87 and see the chart, right? And if you get a continuation on Luna, like next target's 125, 126, so it's a promising swing, right? It's a promising swing, and it's not as choppy as Ether, where here we had like so many consecutive up days, right, where there was no chop, right? And I like that. I prefer that out of our charts. All right, I'm gonna cover algo, and then I'm gonna cover stocks, and I'm gonna take some tickers from you guys. I did put up like an early signal for algo, right? I said, hey, we need to look out for this level for support. Let me pull that up. Hopefully you guys got in. Where is it? I'm just pulling up this signal. Right. Once I'm looking at counter trade 1.435, and yeah, we got in at 1.40, right? I rang a little bit lower than I wanted to, but you guys can see my alert level. And if we get in on like the hourly, right, it literally rang below that fib, and then we saw bulls come back in and push the market up. And it looks like we're seeing a lot of charts doing the same thing, right? Where like we rang the 61.8 and we're stuck below the 50. So seeing some kind of continuation here would be promising, right? Getting above that 1.49. And algo is one of these charts that, like, if we do get continuation, it really reminds me of what Theta was doing before it had the massive run up, right? So let's do a fib extension here. Then I want to talk about indices, and yeah, so now we clearly see where resistance is, right? It's at the 1.59, and that's why the chart is stuck below. So if we do get continuation, we want to see 1.563. We want to see price get above that level, clear it, and yeah, maybe retest 1.8, assuming up is the next direction. Let's look at indices. We're seeing a lot of up movement. We did, right? Daily EMA is holding. We got a new all-time high on the S&P. Today's been a little choppy, right? It looks like it wants to break down, Remove indicators. It looks like it might want to break down a little bit. I think the long-term outlook is still up, right? I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, we saw a 61.8 bearish rejection on the hourly, right? And that is indicative of a down move. I didn't signal puts on the ES or S&P, but I did signal them on Apple just before the stream, right? I don't think this is going to be like a really big correction from here. And we'll talk about that shortly, what just happened. Let's do it weekly. Yeah, I think there's a COVID extension that's coming up, right? COVID extension levels, which is at 535. I think we're probably going to blow off to here. That's what I'm seeing, especially with this consolidation above 456, and it looks like a triangle. So I think the next move down is probably like a smaller minor retracement, but you know, having puts for that, and if we do sell off into the end of the week, then that'd be great, right? Because we have the Apple puts at 177. So if this thing does pull back to like 460 for a deep shakeout and a bear trap, we're positioned for a short to make a profit, right? I mean, it's fine to be leveraged far out, but we do want short-term coverage, right? Short-term hedges. That way, if we do get a drop now, we're still making money. Well, and we can like build out these longer-term positions, right? Now, the reason I don't think we're gonna go into like this deep bearish cycle, right, or like a deep retracement on stocks. I'm just gonna clear this chart out. Is this wedge, right? It's everywhere. I wrote about this on Medium, right? We're seeing these rising wedges that broke out to the upside, and we could see a deep retracement back into the wedge, but I don't think the market's bearish just yet. I don't think we've seen, like when I see these breaking out to the upside, right? So this is Apple, right? Let's pull up like Coke. Very similar. Not as like defined as Apple, right? It looks like Coke might be putting in a top today, right? And we look at like Nvidia. I see this on so many charts, right? And like AMD and PFE, right? And some of these charts are in the article. I'm not going to go over all of them. But we see these like rising wedges, which are typically bearish, right? But we saw that in BTC 2017. And the following move was crazy, right? It was crazy bullish, right? We saw this massive risk-on environment where it did like 170% in the next 30 days, right? I'm not saying stocks are going to go 170% in the next 30 days. They don't really they're not as fluid and they don't trade 24/7, right? Actually 100 and something percent, 150% in a few days. So even if you get like a wedge retest, unless we break back another wedge, I wouldn't want to be bearish, right? But for now, yeah. That's what I'm seeing. Usama, I'd like you to be patient, man. We got your SFPUSDT request, right? I like to cover what I'd like to cover, and then I take requests, so I'll get to that when I get to that. We are trading several other things, right? So I want to look at AMD. We did get in some longs. We got in some calls on the wedge retest, right? And they're running up. So what's going on with this retracement? There's two ways to look at it. I think this was our 50. This was our 50. This is our entry, right? We had a short over here, and then we had longs over here. And now we're seeing a slowdown, but it was above the 61, and that's why I felt good about it, right? So now we're holding at the 50. Let's see what happens, right? I don't think these are done. I think it's just like a slow day for stocks. Maybe 2-3 down days or something. All right, let's take some requests. I'm ready for your requests now. Checking out SFP USDT. Somebody brought this up on stream, all right, and I did have an alert level right at 1.50, right? And I don't know if it was you that brought it up, but I mean these This was a good fill level previously. It's a good fill level, and it was a good fill level a few hours ago. And I'm getting alerts on my phone on it. I'm just not trading it. So realistically, like, what does this chart look like on the daily? It doesn't have the most bullish structure, right? It doesn't. It's not the sexiest chart for me to look at. I want to know where I got this alert level from. Maybe it was a bullish retracement from down here. Yeah, totally. Alright, so you want to see this thing get above 1.588, and if not, it's probably time to like reconsider, right? We've got the trend line broke. Yeah, the trend line broke and it retested, and now it's, I don't know, man. I don't know. This chart has like, there's no trend, right? There's higher lows and there's no higher highs yet. It looks like it's kind of building up some momentum, but it's tricky. No general direction for me. Ripple. It's below my alert level, right? I tried to long it yesterday. I didn't quite signal it, and it's below my alert level. I'm not happy about that. I do think it's time to long it, right? Like a 50% deeper bullish retracement holding at 0.80. That should have been a wake fill. I do have, right, I still have that alert right above the 61.8. So I think another leg down on Ripple, and I'm a buyer at 76. I did post this in Discord before this run up, right? I said, hey, like, I posted a couple of XRP fill levels, and they didn't get filled. We saw that run up, but then we saw it sell back off exactly to where that run up started. So, Delilah, you got any charts for us today? You usually have like really good chart suggestions. You guys smash that like button. Smash that like button. And then if you want me to check some charts for you, show me your charts. I'm not getting very many chart shows. If not, I'm gonna wrap up the stream and then like start recording what I see in the stock market. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to today's stream. Thank you for your chart suggestions. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Smash that like button. Check out the Medium article I just posted, and yeah, if we do get that violent leg up in stocks, it should be as profitable as what we saw when I did that small account challenge. It should be really interesting. So if you want to trade that with us, hop in our Discord. We'll fix you up. We'll get you in there. And other than that, that's all I got. I'll see you guys on Friday, same time, same place. We're back to Monday, Wednesday, Friday streams. And yeah, if you want to connect with me directly, Discord's the